Welcome to an up close and personal session with me. Listen, today I want to share with you how to make decisions fast, be less anxious, and increase productivity. So, hopefully, this will be of benefit to you in your personal and professional life. So, let's talk about that.
Real question is this: as a business, as an investor, as someone whose success lies in getting in front of the right people, people who will do business with us, how do we break through obscurity? How do we break through the noise? How do we showcase our message, our opportunities, and our offers in front of the right people? That is the question, and this show has the answer. My name is Raza Aziz. Welcome to The Bold Entrepreneur.
Um, Again, stemming from something that I did recently, and I'm getting a lot of questions about it and everything. Over the past 10 years, uh, I don't think I've gone in a linear, trajectory. What do I mean by that? Linear trajectory is like, you do step one, step two, step three, and your trend line is continuously moving upwards. It's like, for me at least, it's been one, two, and then three is down, and then four, and then five is even further down, and then six and seven going backwards, and then it's like a squiggly line all over the place. A lot of entrepreneurs, especially new ones, think that it is always a straight line. One of the things that I have learned along the way over the past 10 years is the ability to be able to make decisions quickly and dealing with the consequences quickly rather than later, right? Um, Recently, what I've done is, I've kind of realigned some of my business decisions, some of the things that I've been doing. I'm pretty open on social media, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, all of that stuff. But within my business, without boring you with the details, within my business, I had to make a few decisions, and I had to realign some of my time and effort, my energy, in what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And for a person seeing from the outside, it can seem however it can seem. It can seem like, oh, Raza's not doing this, or Raza is like being much more efficient, or whatever the case may be. One of the things about making decisions is you got to make decisions regardless of what others will think of you, right? A lot of times we take that into factor, right? Into account. How are others going to think of me? Um, and if you start basing your decisions on other people's opinion of you, um, I don't know. You can try it for yourself and see if that is going to, if that works for you, right? With me, that's not my criteria. I always look at business decisions or any big decisions that I need to make. It's always a kind of you have to take a seat of a CEO, and you look at your business accordingly. Is it losing money? Is it making money? Is this strategy working? Is this not working? It has nothing to do with like, oh, I suck at this and I'm so bad and I don't know what people are going to think of me. If that person can do it, I can do it, and blah, 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 all that stuff, right? Like, there's no woe is me kind of thing. Decisions, one, you give yourself, so here's my criteria on how I make decisions, and I make them quickly. um, One, I'm not looking at other people's opinion. I'm looking at the result that I need to get, and one, am I getting that result? And it is very much of a possibility that I'm not getting that result. And if I'm not getting that result, then I have to look at it. It's like, okay, how long am I going to stay in this mode? What new strategy I'm going to deploy? Whose help that I'm going to take? And how long will it take me to find that help that I need to get a certain decision, a certain result in my business? Okay, so that's that's right away first thing that I'm going to go into making a decision. And then two, I will give myself a timeline in there. And that timeline has to be precise. It's like by the end of the week, by next week, in 2 weeks, I'll be, I'm going to be here. And if I have not found the person who's going to help me, if I haven't changed my strategy and all of that stuff, then I'm scrapping this. Like, I'm not moving forward with this because I'm not willing to stay in this mode, suspended, without moving forward, without making progress. And that's one of the other criteria that goes into making a decision is, have I made progress from previous week to this week, or previous month to this month, or previous quarter to this quarter? And you want to look at all of these things in order to make a decision. And then you execute. And the decision, sometimes it has to make sense to you. It has to make sense to you. It's not for others. I mean, others are good. People always say is like, don't judge a book by its cover. Lies. You know, everyone judges, and everyone judges a book by its cover. So instead of focusing on telling people to stop judging a book by its cover, give them something to judge, right? Work towards something, towards a bigger goal, so that they can judge you on that. And you do what you want to do, or what is important to you, your family, your business, your whatever you value, and stop looking at what others are thinking of you, right? So let's leave that criteria. So anyways, having said that, once that is done, then there's a timeline that you need to have. Timeline is so important, because if you don't give yourself a timeline, you stay in this indecision process for a long period of time. And quite frankly, that is wasted time. I remember years ago, I used to, it would take me forever to contemplate, to make a decision. Should I do this? Should I not do this? And then I'm going to ask one person opinion, second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person, and I'm like going around asking everybody's opinion and still not making a decision. By the time I would make a decision, it would take me 6 to 8 months, and then whatever consequence needed to happen after that decision would be prolonged by that period. And then by the time I make my another decision, it's another 8 to 10 months. Lo and behold, 4 or 5 years pass, and you realize you're in the same spot that you were 5 years ago, right? And it's because we haven't developed the ability to make decisions quickly and then adjust over time. It feels like, to me, it feels like a lot of people think that when you make decisions fast, one, you're not thinking too much, which is a good thing, by the way. The more you think, the less you do, right? You make a decision quickly, and then you adjust it as you go towards that, right? And one of the things that I've heard Grant Cardone say is like, you need to learn to upgrade your problems, because people sometimes feel that once I have this result, then I'm not going to have any problems. And I'm here to tell you, problems will always be there, right? Problems will always be there. You'll have a different kind of problems. Some people are like, an offline, business, or they might want more appointments. Once they get more appointments, the next problem is going to be is like the salesperson is not closing as many deals. Once they are closing the deals, then the next problem could be they're not, they don't have as many reviews on their website for the work that they've done. Once they're getting the reviews, they'll be like, we don't have as many 5-star reviews, right? Like, do you notice like the problem keeps changing? And if you truly really start thinking about life and business, you're going to understand that you continuously simply upgrade your problems. So instead of having a context of like, when I make this much money, or when I do this, that I'm not going to have problems, forget about that criteria. That's one criteria you want to forget. The other criteria you want to forget is looking for easy. There's no such thing as easy, right? Everything is freaking hard. At least I haven't had anything easy in life, right? So why evaluate something with easiness or hardness? Just know that you're always going to be in pursuit for something bigger, and as you continue to progress, you are going to you're going to continuously upgrade your problems, new problems for you to deal with. That means you need to develop certain traits in yourself that allow you to continuously grow. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I kind of started off talking about making decisions and making them fast, because the biggest thing about making decisions fast is that you can deal with the consequences quicker. Whether those consequences are beneficial or not beneficial, you want to deal with them quickly. If you're going to fail at something like in 6 months, you rather fail at it like this month or next month, so that you can learn from it, pivot from it, and cause the kind of success that you need to create through that learning. I hope this is making sense to you. And in that process, you're going to find that you're going to learn faster. You're going to be in pursuit of your vision. You're going to be, you're going to be accelerating your decision making, your results, whether they are setbacks or whether they are successes. You'll be accelerating those, and then ultimately you tweak from there, you adjust from there. And when you bring this kind of thinking to your actions, you're going to realize you're going to be less anxious, because you're going to move through things relatively quickly. You will go through the learning experiences that you need to go through. And I'll tell you, when people are looking at you from the outside, to them it may not seem like you are going through setbacks, because you move through setbacks so quickly that it just seems like to them that you are succeeding at everything you do. Just not really true. You won't succeed at everything that you do. You will learn from your decisions, you will have setbacks, you will have obstacles that you will overcome, and it will ultimately build your personality, build your trait, build your personality, build your character traits, and build your decision making, so that you can succeed then at the few things that you are going to. Okay, hopefully, I know this was a little bit of a rant, but I hope you can draw something out of this to implement into your personal and professional life. Okay, so like this, heart it, subscribe it, share it, whatever you want to do. I will continue to bring you ideas and insights and experiences that help you accelerate in your personal and professional life. Have a good one.